Nice and breezy out here today, you all. Nice and breezy.
You see, there's just one thing I would like to know. What's the problem? What's the problem? Tell me, what's your problem? So what's the problem? Five, four, three, two, one. What's the problem? Tell me, what's the problem? So what's the problem? Tell me. Five, four, three, two, one. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wanna know. Oh, tell me. So what's the problem? I wanna know. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wants to know.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of So What's the Problem TV show. And thanks so much for joining me. Today, I have a very special guest. She is an author. She's a multiple author, and she is currently a retired nurse. I've heard some people say of her that she has the heart of a dreamer and the determination of a warrior. So I'd like for you to meet Avalon S. Brown. Come on, Avalon.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for joining me, Avalon. It's a pleasure to have you on my show. And today, I'd like to start out, Avalon, by discussing your choice to become a nurse. The nursing field it's so necessary. I don't even know how we would survive if it weren't for nurses. So go ahead and tell us what inspired you to become a nurse, Avalon.
As a young child, I used to like to look at the TV shows, the hospital shows, Dr. Kildare especially.
Oh yeah.
And I always would see those nurses running around in the white cap and the white uniform and white shoes.
Uh-huh.
And it just looked so angelic. I was like, one day I'm going to be a nurse. That's what I want to be. I want to be a nurse, and I just watching the show made me want to become a nurse. And all through high school, that was my goal, to become a nurse.
Really?
And after I graduated, when I went to school, that was my goal, to go and to be a nurse. But when I first applied, I was told that I shouldn't be a nurse, that I can't be a nurse, that I should be a secretary.
Now, how long ago was that, Avalon? Because
like 1975.
So that was in the mid-70s.
Yes.
And who was it that discouraged you from becoming a professional nurse, Avalon? Who was that? Someone in the school system?
Administrator at the college. The nursing administrator at the college, who I had to interview with. Mm-hmm. She just told me off the bat, like, I don't think nursing is for you. I don't think you're going to make it. You should go and be a secretary.
Do you think she based her decision on your skin color? at the
I
time?
believe so. I believe so because, when I went back to the dorm, I was talking to some of the,
Mhm.
the upperclassmen in the dorm, and they was like, "Oh, that's normal for here. It's very hard for the Black people to get into nursing here."
Okay, but you didn't give up because you have that steely determination, right?
Yes, I mean, I actually got assigned into the program, but the first semester, it was about 5 of us, 5
Uh-huh.
Black students.
Uh-huh.
Every one of us failed. They failed every one of us out of the program the first semester.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Now, Avalon, do you I don't believe you live in Florida. Where exactly are you? What state?
I live in Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, you're in
Newark,
Newark, New Jersey.
New Jersey. This is where it happened. The college is like up the hill. You know how it's the next town.
Right.
But still, it was like I can walk across the street, catch the bus right up the hill, and all of this was going on, up there at that particular college.
Well, I would have assumed that the North was supposedly so progressive, and that was way after we had our civil rights struggles. And so that just surprises me that in the mid 70s, there were still administrators trying to discourage you from becoming what you desired to be for a very long time, which was a nurse.
Yes, absolutely. And it was like a culture shock to me because, like, I really, I grew up in Newark, so I based Black
Mm-hmm.
people, in the neighborhood that I was. It was just like a shock to have somebody tell me that, especially knowing normally when you go to school, the teachers want to teach. And it was just like, it was a shock to me because I couldn't believe this lady said this to me. Like, you can't be a nurse.
Isn't that something? And so you did get accepted in the program, you and 4 other students. And so was it the first semester that you failed?
Very first semester of nursing, the 5 of us failed out of the program.
And why do you think, I mean, what was it, do you think that
I didn't know, it just seemed like everything we did, every report or something, it just got, we used to converse with each other. It just got marked down. Like it was always, marks, or this wasn't good enough. Oh, you didn't do this, or you didn't do that. It just, it wasn't good enough. But I stayed at the school and did the rest of my prerequisites. I did the rest, and then I went to a different college. I went down to Essex County College in Newark.
Oh, so you just went ahead and finished your prerequisites. So you did get some credits.
Yeah, I got a lot of credits from the school. I got a lot of credits. So by the time I went to Essex County, I just needed a couple of electives, and it was just mostly all nursing program that I was in.
Okay, now, Avalon, did you get any encouragement? Lord, tell me you got some encouragement while you were there at that first school.
Well, not for nursing. I wouldn't say for nursing. No. As far as nursing, no. And unless no one ever told family or my father. Really? He was the one that said, just don't let them make you quit. Keep going.
Good. Thank you for your father. Yes, thank God for him, because you definitely needed encouragement. I can't even imagine how difficult that was to have had a dream for such a long time and to be told for no particular a valid reason that they just didn't think that it would be a good fit, or that you'd be qualified for it. They just wanted to tamp it down and just encourage you to just be a secretary. I'm so happy that you
I kept going. And I guess I couldn't believe it because I came from Central, and it's like I got good grades. I was on the honor roll. So then to get up there and just like it just failed me right out like that. It just it was heartbreaking.
I bet it was. And so then you did go on to another college. You went, did you say it was Essex?
Essex County College in Newark, yes.
Okay,
and so tell them. It was hard.
It was?
Very, very hard, yes. You had to test to even get into that program.
Oh,
Yes.
really? So did you have to spend a lot of time in the library and with study groups, or did you
Yes.
have a tutor? How did you do that, Avalon?
Well, I studied a lot, and I was with I had a couple of other friends that we would all study together
Mm-hmm.
because it was very hard. Plus, I was working at the time,
Mm-hmm.
so it was hard, and it was like I might sleep maybe the second or third day because I decided to work full time at night,
Uh-huh.
and then I was going to school full time during the day, and I had a child by then, so it's just like it
Yes,
was just
it's
like
called life.
constant. Yeah.
Yes,
So we just
life
studied
happened.
together.
Life
Yes.
happened.
Yes.
And when life interrupts your dreams like that, I'm telling you, you have got to have, just like they say, the determination of a warrior.
Yes.
And that's what
I
you had.
yes, I
Avalon,
refuse to
someone
stop.
is asking now, and I've always been curious about this because nurses were absolutely adorable, just like you said, with little white cap. I remember Julia from TV and how impressed we were when she put on her little white cap and her white uniform. But they don't do that anymore. And so someone is asking, why is it that nurses don't wear their uniforms like they used to with the cute little hats and the little white uniform? Why?
I really can't answer that because I worked in the hospital for 18 years, and
Mhm.
you were still in the white uniform and all that. When I went into dialysis,
Uh-huh.
everybody was wearing scrubs, I guess because you're putting on patients, you're dealing with a lot of blood. So I don't know what happened. It just like all of a sudden I
Hmm.
stopped seeing nurses in white uniforms.
Wow.
Yeah, and no caps. So I never really found out myself who
Mhm.
stopped that. I have
Well,
no idea.
well, now that you're going to eventually do another edition of the book that you wrote that was entitled "It Was the Devil All Along," so I believe that was directly related to your nursing career. So tell us a little bit about that, Avalon.
Yes. So once I actually became a nurse
Mhm.
was another culture shock to me because the hospital that I ended up in
Mhm.
really didn't have that many black nurses in it
I
either.
bet.
So this was another struggle for me. I
Mhm.
was the only black nurse for between all three shifts, at least for 12 years. The first 12 years of
Wow.
my nursing, there were no other black nurses on my unit besides me. So it was a struggle because you have a lot of unfairness,
Oh
and
yeah.
you put out an ideal, somebody take credit for the ideal or the
Right.
plan you have.
Mhm.
um I know for me, I was working on the night shift. Even the night shift was basically a whole nother culture.
Mhm.
You had your Caucasians on the
Mhm.
on the first shift. You had
Right.
the Filipinos basically third and second shift. But
Mhm.
so it was like in the first year of nursing, it was so funny because they end up switching me to almost all the floors in the hospital because coming from Newark and going there, I wasn't used to like people just like talking to me any kind of way
Right.
or
Right.
raising their voice at me. So
Right.
that my first year of nursing, I got in a lot of arguments. But then when the supervisor came, I was justified for what I was arguing about. Or it was just like, oh, we pulling you off this floor. They pulled me off on almost every floor until one floor I finally got along with the nurse
Uh-huh.
that I was with, the two nurses. And
Uh-huh.
those two nurses like kind of there were two Filipino nurses.
Okay.
And I even named them in the book because they took me under their wing and they just began to show me everything.
Awesome.
So yes, they just showed me everything. But it was so
Awesome.
funny because it got to the point where the supervisor was like, well, Avalon, this is the last floor we put you on. We have nowhere else to put you. But it was just like I was a young nurse and I didn't mind speaking my mind, but it's like you can't just talk to me. And back then it's like you can't just talk to me any kind of
Well,
way.
it was a sign of
Yeah,
disrespect, Avalon.
yes.
That's
They
what
were
it was.
they were disrespecting me, and I
Right.
took it as okay, it's because of my color. You know, you just you think you can just talk to me any kind of way, like I'm
Right.
the low man on the totem pole. And
But
it
you
was
were
like
not. You were
I
a
was
degreed nurse.
yes.
You earned the privilege to be a nurse.
But you know, even sometimes, you know, the supervisors were the same, they act the same way, you know.
Mhm.
It's like you're standing there and they're talking to everybody else, but you know, you never get the eye contact. Or, you
Right.
know, they're praising everybody else like
Mhm.
you didn't do anything, you didn't do any kind of work on the floor, you know. So it's
Wow.
just like a lot of unfairness, a lot of struggling. But the funny thing is with this nursing career, that's why, you know, after I left the hospital and I went into another field of nursing, I
Mhm.
actually end up working with my own culture.
Awesome.
I end up, well, oh no, it wasn't that awesome.
Well,
It was
hey.
like because I came in with so much experience already, and it was like within 6 months, you know, they were kind of putting me in charge. I went into dialysis straight from the hospital. I went into
Uh-huh.
dialysis. They put me in charge. You know, the
Mhm.
manager there, the first manager that was there, she took me under her wings, and
Uh-huh.
you know, she just started showing me all the functions of the facility. You
Mhm.
know, and so I wanted to get into more and more and more, but then you know, my own culture, they had issues with me because, you know, I was a no nonsense nurse and
Right.
I believed in making sure the patients are taken care of,
Yes.
watch them because dialysis isn't a joke. People think that people just get on the machine, but
No.
you have to watch these people. So it's
Yes.
like I was like kind of a no nonsense on the treatment floor, stop playing around kind of thing. But then I got my manager left and I end up under managers of my own culture.
Okay.
And that's when I kind of knew it's not really a prejudice kind of thing. Like I
Uh-huh.
kind of lost that perceptive. I said, it's people. It's people,
Exactly.
it's spirits in people.
Yes.
It, you know, and because I think by then I had gotten into church and I started understanding people and seeing that
Yes.
it's what's in
Exactly.
these people. And then what they see in me, it's like an attack on me because maybe there's a spirit in me that, you know, taunts them or something because I was always
Well,
a
I can
nice
tell you
nurse.
what, Avalon, it's also a lack of knowledge and just a lack of professionalism. But
Yes,
you came into the job with values, and then you do have to work with people because of their biases and their envy.
yes,
All of that is it's all there.
yes.
And you
And
just
it's,
have to work your way through it. So I'm proud of you for working your way through it, Avalon,
I
because
surely
you're
do.
a trailblazer. You are.
Yes, because I think that was my biggest challenge in nursing. Just working as a
Mhm.
nurse was no problem. Like I had that
Mhm.
goal, like I'm gonna be the best nurse I can be. You know, my patients,
Right.
they're gonna be taken care of. And if you're working under me, you're gonna make sure these patients are taken care of. Management has always been my biggest challenge. It seems no matter what job I'm in, it's
Mhm.
just something about management and me. I don't know. I say again, it's the spirit in them because it's like
Mhm.
I try to do the best I can do, but it's always as if it's not good enough or it's just something they just come after me. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even explain that besides, you know, that spirit in them.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and I'm glad you didn't take it too personal. And I'm really happy that they didn't force you out of your career. You decided to retire when you decided
And
it
that'll
was
be
time.
April 2023.
What? You mean to tell me, Avalon, you're still a nurse?
Yes, I'm retiring
Really?
April 2023. It'll be like 40 years. 40 years of
Wow.
nursing. Yeah, they never
April
made me quit.
2023.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know that, but now this question is very relevant. They're asking, did you have to work during COVID?
Oh, yes. I happened to go back to the hospital in 2019,
Uh-huh.
September 2019, and I went into infection control. So
Uh-oh.
I went in right at the time when COVID hit.
Yes, you did.
And I was actually assigned to the COVID floor where the
Oh
whole
my
floor
goodness.
was just all COVID patients.
Really? Oh my.
Matter of fact, I did a piece on that. It's an audio that was done through your production on my experience as a new infection control nurse during COVID.
Okay.
Because when they assigned me, I was afraid. Yes, I was so scared because nobody knew what this was.
Exactly.
Nobody knew what COVID was. And when they assigned me to that, the next day I went to the floor. I stood outside the door for about 5 or 10 minutes because I did not know, and I even prayed before I went.
Yes, that was the right thing.
Pray. Yes. Yea, though I walked through the valley of the shadow
of death.
Yes. So after that, I took a deep breath and I walked in. When I opened the door,
what?
If you want to talk about a scene from like out of this world, if anybody ever seen that movie from 2011, Conception, it was the exact scene.
Really?
And yes, people in those suits, the white suits, the hoodies, everything. And they were just like, the nurses were frantic. Everybody was just like running all over the place. And it was like, I was like, I'm a new infection, control nurse, and I'm assigned to the COVID floor. It was very nerve-wracking for me.
I bet it was frightening.
The first couple of times it was. And then after a while, I kind of saw that the nurses needed some answers. They needed somebody to talk to. They needed somebody with a calm spirit to talk. So I would just stop. And the first couple of times, I didn't stop. I just did my rounds real quick and came out. But then I started stopping and talking to the nurses because I saw that they needed to vent. They needed somebody to talk to. They needed somebody with a calm spirit because it was really a crazy, scary scene.
It was very crazy, scary. Yes. It really was. Yes. And people are still dying from COVID because of the virus, and it's actually never going away. But initially it was terrifying. Yes. It really was.
Yes, we lost that year we lost 12 employees.
What do you mean you lost them?
Like they died. 12 of our employees actually died, yes. But what was good about the hospital, in one of the hallways, they put up like a memorial they had a memorial for them in the lobby, like a tree of life. And then now if you walk through a certain area, their pictures are all up.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we did. We did lose some. Yeah.
It was terrifying. Trust me. Now let me ask you this: did you all have to get your COVID vaccinations to continue working? Because I know there was a requirement in some places.
It was mandatory in our hospital. Yeah. And even the first booster was mandatory, but they didn't mandate the second booster.
Well, I've had the vaccine and all the boosters, and I'm very happy about it. I live here in Daytona Beach in a senior building, and we also lost several residents. Wow. Yes, and I'm telling you, it was shocking because one week they were perfectly normal, and then the next week they were not even. Yeah, it was.
And I can thank God that I never caught COVID. I haven't caught it up to now.
Thank God.
Even though I was assigned to that unit.
That is definitely a blessing. Okay, so it was a devil all along. It says that after working as a nurse for many years, you did climb the management ladder. And of course, that proved that you were more than capable, even though people criticized you.
Yes.
And of course, you said these trials only made you stronger, and that the problem was neither you nor your peers. It was the devil all along.
Yes, those spirits in them. Yes.
That's pretty clever, Evelyn.
Yeah, because even by me getting closer and closer to God, I learned how to just be quiet. When they're doing their things and attacking me, just keep doing what I'm doing because I'm not there for the managers. I'm there for the patients. And allow God to take care of it. So this is how I really made it. I can say God has been the one that has brought me through this.
And that is such a blessing. My pastor teaches us to let them talk.
Yes.
And you just be quiet.
Yeah, because they was doing some. I can say they were doing some little ugly things.
Of course.
Making up stuff that
Oh yeah,
But,
lying. Yes.
God
Yes.
said, just keep going. Just let even up to now. Just do what I told you to do. Don't worry about them. I got them.
So, what are your plans for retirement?
Well, what I'm gonna do, like I said, my books. I'm gonna focus more on my books. I'll have more time to get out there and do promotions. Maybe
Right.
go to libraries and things. I have to finish. Like I have the 9 grandchildren, and I need to finish.
Yes.
I've done 5 of them. I still have more books to do. I have a new one coming out by the end of this month, the beginning of March. So I'm working my way up to all the grandchildren.
Well, I think that is just so wonderful that you have dedicated a book to already to 5 of your grandchildren, and you're committed to do the other 4.
Yes.
That's what you call a legacy.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. That is absolutely wonderful. Now, here's the name of several. Oh, we got another question. Do you have any advice for new nurses?
What I would say for new nurses, because I've seen a lot of new nurses come in and they get frustrated right away.
Right.
Don't just give it some time. Find now that there's a lot of avenues, different avenues of nursing. Find the avenue that you fit in and be the best you can be, because maybe every nurse isn't meant to be at the bedside, or I see now a lot of nurses like ICU, because it's less. What I've seen in the hospital is the patient load is like, so much, and it frustrates the new nurses.
Right.
When I was a nurse, the ratio was 5 to 1. It looked like they have maybe 8 or 10 to 1, which is rough. But what I would say to the new nurses is, like, if it's your passion, stick with it. Stick with it. Don't just quit. Stick with it, or find the area of nursing that's best for you, that works best for you. If you have to move around the hospital to different departments, do that. But, because even my daughter already, like, she's been an LPN for a couple of years now. She's already she's fed up with nursing already. She's fed up with nursing already. She went to school and took up something else to have to do with medical records or whatever, informatics or something. That's like, she's tired of nursing because she got that mouth a little bit too. But
I understand.
To tell her that, because one time she was upset because she had to leave, I guess, and go take the kids, and she got mad because the supervisor said, "You can't just leave." But I told her,
"Yeah, you can't just leave.
Right, you just can't leave until you actually finish that. That's
finish your shift."
So
exactly,
even if you have kids, you can't just up and leave. No. If it's at that hour and the patient decide he wants something, and you got to go and give it to you. So she's already fed up. So I'm saying, don't give up, nurses.
Exactly.
Don't give up.
And like you said, there are so many other nursing-related careers. I mean, I can look them up, but they have nurse practitioners, and every medical office has to have a licensed nurse. They have to have a registered nurse. So
there's a lot of different areas now. They didn't have all those areas when I became a nurse.
No, they did not. But you are more than qualified, even though you're ready for retirement, and I can certainly understand that, Avalon. Now, this is my next question. Are you going to have a retirement party?
I'm not so much for those parties. When I left the dialysis, I had worked there 20 years, and they tried to give me a party, and I found a way to ease out without those you know what it is for me? I think, like, when I worked in dialysis, you realize, okay, I was there a long time. You do get some friends, but then you have so many people that really, they're not for you. I'm going to put it like that. Right. So from my perspective is, I don't want you to come to a party and oh, we hate to see you,
Yeah.
brother. When you're
Right.
really glad that I'm going out that door.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
just, we can say goodbyes. Whoever want to stay in touch, they do stay in touch. So
Okay.
I don't have to have a party. I really don't have to have a party.
Well, I understand that. And I am just so pleased that you were able to join me today on So What's the Problem TV, Avalon. We got one more question. How did you start writing books, Avalon? I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have at least 6 books already, if not more. So how did you start?
I think, let me see, I started back in 2012. And prior to that, I kept saying, because I'm going through all these situations in nursing, one day I'm going to write a book about this stuff, because people only see the good part of nursing. They don't see what goes on behind the scenes with nursing. I said, people need to know that there's another side of nursing. And I kept saying that till one day I was out and I had to get arthroscopic surgery on my knee. And I had went to church, and the mother of the church was like, you keep talking about this book you're doing all the time. Sit down and start. This is the time. And so I sat down. I said, okay. And I got the book done in 3 months, because there was nothing else to do while I was out with my knee. So I was constantly writing. Yes, that's how I got started.
And what was the name of that book? Was that
that is the first book? It was The Devil All Along was the first book about my nursing career.
Very good. Yes. Well, like I said, Avalon, I'm going to look forward to the revision to that book, because you have gained so much more knowledge.
Yes.
And it's all very valuable. What you have to say, people need to hear, people need to read about it. And so thank goodness for that. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Avalon, for joining us. We look forward to
having me.
Yeah, we look forward to your next endeavor, and we look forward to your retirement. You'll have to come back on the show, even though you don't have a party. Angie B and I can have a party. Oh, we got one more question. How do we order your books, Avalon?
Okay, all my books are on Amazon, and you can also go through my website, which is authораvalonsb.com, and that'll take you straight to Amazon, because right now I'm having little issues with my knee again, so I'm not really getting out mailing. So I made it where it will go. But it's best, if you want to see all the books, go to my website, authораvalonsb.com.
Very, very good. All right. Well, I think that's just about it for today. Avalon, thanks again for joining me, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. Thanks again for joining me. Bye now.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too.
Yay.
Hello.
That was an awesome interview. You did such a good job.
Oh, thank you so much, Wanda. Thank you. I have this note where I try to remind myself, Wanda, to stop saying, I don't know if you can see it.
I do it too. I do it too.
I know. It's hard.
All right. So do you have any clue what I'm going to announce?
No, I know it's something about women in business. I haven't seen. I think I did some proofreading, but I haven't seen the layout. I haven't seen the cover. I don't have a clue who's in the magazine. I know Angie B is in it because she's a woman in business. But no, she kept herself busy as a bee. You know, she's a busy bee anyway.
Yes, she is.
And so she kept herself busy as a bee. I don't even know if we're on the air.
We are. It says live.
So
you are in the magazine with Avalon's interview. It's like typed in there. You're in there.
Me?
Me.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. It's right there. Look.
Oh my gosh. I'm in the magazine.
Yay.
success does not have an expiration date for this senior entrepreneur by the Queen Bee. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wanda. Oh
Look at
my
that.
gosh.
Look, your pictures are in there.
That's 2 pages.
Your book.
Oh,
book.
thank you. Oh my gosh. I am shocked. Oh, thank you so much, Wanda. Look at that. I was really excited about it. I heard so much about it. Angie D talked so much about the fact that you were doing, instead of doing your usual fabulous, glamorous magazines, this time you were going to allow women in business to have a feature in the magazine. But oh my gosh, I had absolutely no idea that you two actually put your two publishing heads together.
Yes.
And actually have published this magazine.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you, Wanda.
Thanks.
That is amazing. And Avalon is in the same magazine?
She is.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't wait. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see it. Thank you. Thank you so my gosh. Oh, that is amazing. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
I'm in a magazine.
Woo! In a magazine. Yay!
Wow, thank you, Wanda Julian.
You're
and here I
welcome.
was thinking I was coming to Hawaii or something. I thought maybe it was time for your family and Angie B and her family and me to take this trip to.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
But also,
what?
Entrepreneurs and authors, business owners, as long as you're a woman,
right?
You can be in this new magazine called Women in Business, and they get to pick which show they want to be on. You can be on your show or my show.
Your show and Angie B's show. Oh my gosh!
So it's like a little package deal.
It's a
where they get a show and some ad space or a story written about them or something. We'll figure it all out.
You're so clever, Wanda Julian. I tell you now.
That's Angie's idea. I'm going to give her credit where credit is due.
You have created, and then I thought it was a one-time thing. You're going to continue to do Women in Business?
Continue it. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Every quarter.
Every quarter. Well, I think that's amazing, Wanda, because there are so many women in business who don't get an opportunity to tell their story.
Yes, you are right. And this post your accolades. You can promote anything you want. You can, it's kind of like a billboard, but not. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know how your book was shown and it said all your things that you've accomplished and all of those things. It's
I can't wait
for that.
I can't wait to see it. I'm going to buy them all. Where is it? What?
They're free to view and read, and it's digital. And Angie, I don't know if you know this, she's Women of the Year. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that either. I knew she was going to be on the cover of the magazine because I saw the picture. But let me tell you, you two know how to keep a secret. You didn't tell me anything.
Well, I wanted that to be a secret. She didn't know it until she saw the cover. And she was like, what? And I'm like, yeah.
Wow. Oh,
there it is.
Gosh,
look at the cover.
Contessa's Court Women in Business 2023. Oh, that is beautiful. Featuring Woman of the Year, Angie B. Well, she certainly does deserve it. She's very passionate about ministry and everything else that she does. She's just so passionate about it. So congratulations, Angie B.
Congratulations, Angie B. You deserve it. In fact, yesterday she was asking me, well, why? I go, well, because You do so much and you help so many. And your show is fabulous. And
yes.
Visionary just like me. We're like two peas in a pod.
You certainly
Except for
are.
two bees in a pod.
Exactly. And I'm just so glad the two of you found each other. And I believe you even found each other on Facebook.
We did.
Isn't that
we did. Yeah. And then I got introduced to you.
Yes.
And that's how Dr. Kier got her show, because she was on my show. Have you met Dr. Kier yet?
Not yet, but I'm excited about it. I believe Angie B has her on my schedule for me to interview her, because I've interviewed you and you've interviewed me, and I've interviewed Angie B and you've interviewed. So, wow,
it's going to be amazing.
It is.
You'll love Dr. Kier. And
now, is she on the West? It's Kier.
It's Kier. It's spelled K-Y-R-E. No, K-Y-E. K-Y-R-E. But you say Kier. Like, yeah.
Okay, and is she on the West Coast as well?
No, she's in the she's Central Time.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, that's awesome.
Oh, all right, commercial time.
We'll be right back in just a few minutes. We'll be back.
Stay tuned.
Attention, please. You are cordially invited to attend a virtual book fair event, Books and Besties, introducing the world to our books and our businesses. Join us Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, beginning at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and meet the visionaries and co-authors of the newest anthology, Worthy Women. Presented by Volusia Business Women and Angie B Productions, this virtual book fair event introduces the world to our books and our businesses. Search for Books and Besties on Facebook and YouTube. Advertising is available during this show. Send an email to volusiabusinesswomen@gmail.com for advertising and guest feature opportunities. Join us for a virtual book fair event featuring the 11 women in the new anthology, Worthy Women. Promotional consideration for this broadcast is provided by Lolo's Social Butterfly and Business with a Heart. Production provided by Angie B Productions. Special edition. Meet the visionaries and co-authors of the newest anthology, Worthy Women.
DJ Shaheem on the track.
Hey everybody, it's time for today's health tip. Today's health tip presented by your wellness coach, Kim. Visit her online at krbutler.goherballife.com. And now it's time for today's healthy tip.
Hey everybody, it is Coach Kim here. I just want to share something with you about the curious person who is looking to lose weight and maybe trying to figure out how to do it and how to get started. Well, we have a 3-day trial pack, and in this package, you'll find 6 packets of our cookies and cream shake. That is the most popular flavor tasting, and it is so yummy. And you get 6 of our teas inside. You'll get 3 of the lemon and 3 of the raspberry. And what this will do is it will give you an introduction to the Herbalife way of doing things, meaning that we have 1 to 2 shakes a day. We'll have 2 colorful snacks and 1 healthy meal. And we get to coach you along the way. So when you purchase this, which is $35, you will get me as your coach. I get to walk the whole journey with you for the next 3 days, however long it takes. And I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to be a guest next month and we get to have a challenge. Talk to me at krbutler.goherbalife.com or call me or text me at 240-281-7865. And I look forward to introducing you to the Herbalife way with this 3-day challenge.
Well. Thank you, Coach Kim. We appreciate today's health tip. Better You Nutrition. We appreciate you and we're looking forward to the challenge.
Okay, so Wanda, you're going to be launching the magazine today, right?
It came out last night.
Oh, it came out last night.
Yeah.
And so it's official, Women in Business 2023, which is just in time for Women's History Month. Yay!
Yay!
Women's History Month. So women, let's see. So we've got a couple of more quarters this year. And so other women will have an opportunity to present their businesses, their personal accomplishments, even their organizations in the magazine.
Yeah.
And so how should they get a quote in order to be in the magazine? Because I understand that Avalon has a full spread. So there's no limit. You probably could have maybe 2 pages to 4 to 6 or something like that.
Right. As long as, we're working on pricing.
Okay.
Angie and I.
Okay.
So I would say contact Angie.
Okay.
For right now.
Okay.
Because we're working on that because it's a new magazine.
Yes.
So I'm very proud of it.
Yes.
And we're gonna actually have our next issue in May for Mother's Day.
Oh.
And then we'll have 2 more. I'd like to do it more often. If it becomes more popular, we might do it bi-monthly or monthly. So if it really takes off, it can be added in. So we don't have to just do it quarterly. It's kind of whatever.
Oh my gosh, but I can't wait when this show is over. I'm going to look up the magazine so that I could read my feature story because my producer knows me so well. She didn't ask me any questions. I didn't have to do a photo shoot. I didn't have to practice. I don't know whatever. There it is.
Yes. Yay.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Look how many times I'm there.
Look how many times you're there. Doesn't that make you feel good?
Yes. My eyes are getting watery now. Yes. Look at me.
Look at
my
you.
gosh. I'm in a national publication and everyone in the world. Look, I've got all these friends worldwide. I can't wait to send them the link.
Yes, that'll be amazing. And now remember, for this magazine, we're going to do a package where they get featured in the magazine and they get to pick which show they want to be on. So it's a twofer. You get the show and the magazine.
Okay, and someone is asking, and this question is for you, Wanda Julian, because you're the publisher and the editor-in-chief. So how many people see this magazine?
Well, it's brand new, so I don't have the numbers yet, but for the magazines that we have, they're international.
Right.
And about 360,000 views worldwide is what we have right now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is that amazing? Did you hear that? She said of her national publications, and let me tell you, Wanda has absolutely stunning magazines. They're just absolutely beautiful. The people in them are beautiful because they're high-end luxury magazines. And so Wanda has actually taken a turn I mean, Wanda, this is really a complete turn for you, because these women in business, you're allowing them to tell their stories.
Well, I thought about it, and I thought I was going to do the high-end stuff, but I want to still feature people just, like I've been doing all this time. So why change the formula now after 9 years? That's silly, and so I want to have the different magazines to feature different people. And, no matter what your price point is, have something available for you.
Yes. Have something available for them. How can I get a print copy of the magazine, Wanda? Is that possible?
No.
Not
no.
yet.
But what we can do, it's very expensive to do one-off prints.
It's very expensive. I know that for a fact, Wanda, because I've been in a magazine before with probably just a few pages, and it was so expensive to get them printed. We never did.
Yes. What I can do is for each person that is in the magazine, I can give them the cover so they can print out the cover or put it on their website or whatever to show what issue they were in. Okay. And then I can give them a PDF of their part so that they can print it off if they want to frame it
to their heart's desire
or whatever they want to do. Then they'll have that as a keepsake of just their part.
That sounds fantastic. And when Wanda mentioned that you would get to choose which show you'd like to be a guest on, what she meant was Wanda's show is called Contessa's Court.
Yes.
And Angie B's show, her new show is called We Getting Over This Hump Together.
Yeah. I was on it last night.
And then my show is called So What's the Problem TV show, and that's what we're on live right now. So that is a wonderful opportunity, especially because the magazine is actually free to view. All you have to do
all my magazines are.
Yes, go on the website and just start flipping. It flips.
Yeah.
It flips.
It flips.
I like it.
It looks like you're looking at a regular magazine.
Yes.
You can full screen it.
Yes.
And it just flips, and it has the magazine, it does the flip, and then it shows the curve and the magazine and everything.
Yes. And Wanda Julian, I noticed, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it has to have some advertising in it. So Angie B and you will be able to sell advertising as well in the magazine.
Hello, Lucy, and hello to everybody that was watching before. Maisha, and Sonia, and
Maisha says, hey, y'all.
And who else was watching? Madison. Hello, Madison.
Hi, Madison.
Oh, and hello, Avalon.
Hi, Avalon.
Wonderful.
Oh, I'm so excited. Wanda, I cannot wait to read my story. I cannot wait to read Avalon's story because I interviewed Avalon on this very show. And oh my gosh, she's so accomplished and she's written so many books. I'm sure she's very excited about this. Is a big deal.
This is a big deal.
This is a big deal because we
deal.
have this big time publisher. And her name is Wanda Julian of Contessa's Court. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I'm not sure how much more time we have, Wanda, but I enjoy being on your show so much. No, I'll probably be scheduled, just maybe a few more times.
Of course, whenever you'd like to come back.
And listen, you be sure to say hello to your assistant, Cindy.
Yeah, I will.
Cindy Daly. And then I know your son helps out. He's your executive assistant.
Austin.
And then I believe there's someone else on your team that...
my husband, Robert.
Yes.
He does the covers and the links. So all the covers that you see, he does them and they're lovely.
You have a wonderful team. And when I tell you they are professional.
Yes, very much so.
They're professional. This is wonderful. Oh, Avalon is thanking you. She must have seen her spread.
You're welcome, Avalon.
It's a wonderful spread. I can't wait. Oh my gosh. I just
make sure you have the link.
Yes. Angie B's probably popped it on my phone already while we're on the show. Okay, so what else do you? So right now, you and Angie B are busy lining up women. This is a magazine for women.
For women, yes. So you just have to be a woman, be in business, have a or a charity that you're part of, or anything you qualify. So just come. Yeah.
Avalon says she's had a chance to look at the spread in the magazine, and she is shocked and amazed. She says she can't stop watching it. She just keeps watching it over and over and over. She's so proud. She thinks Angie B and Wanda Julian especially did an exceptional job.
Oh, thank you. And I'm sure Angie thinks you.
Oh,
because she did so much of it and made it so easy for me. And she wants to continue to be a part of this magazine. So I'm not sure if I'm allowed to announce that, but I'm announcing it. Angie B is part of this magazine.
Oh, yes. And trust me, that's right up her alley. Because she is a producer and she's very passionate about it. Yeah. Yes, about producing. And so I want to say, oh my gosh, yes, Angie B is going to be a part of Women in Business 2023.
Yep, and then we'll have at least for a year. I'd like to have more than that. I'll talk to Angie about that and see if I can get them away. You know what I'm saying? So we can have more.
See that, Angie B? Wanda says.
Yeah, Lincoln. I'm like, why not? Right? The more we have, the more people we can feature.
That's true. That's true.
And I don't mind doing.
And the more people we can reach.
The more people we can reach, absolutely. And with the people from my show, the people from your show, the people Avalon knows, the people that Angie know, it's like a snowball. I call it like all snowflakes, but we're making a snowball, and we're just rolling and rolling until we're going to be a snowman, and then a snow family, and then a snow village, and until we're a whole world with snow people. I don't know. It sounds good to me, right? I'm just saying it all builds up. It all builds up. And
that sounds
all our hard
fantastic. I imagine if you have released the magazine, then Angie B will send me the link and I can start posting it. Oh my gosh. Shout out the guests on our 24-hour broadcast.
Yes. Maisha, Michelle W. Copper. Michelle, if you're watching this, please contact me. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to Maisha too.
Shakana Downs was on. Maisha Barnett. And who's the other little young officer that we had last weekend?
Angie was on.
So enlightening.
I was on. Wasn't Sky on too?
Angie B should just pop her names up there for us so we can see.
She did. They're at the bottom. Can't you see it?
Oh. No.
Jamie Davis.
Oh, Jamie Davis.
Okay,
Beauty Society. Oh, yeah. Hi, Jamie. I remember Jamie now.
And then I'm pretty sure Sky was on. Oh, yes. Wendy Bjork.
Wendy Bjork. Hi, Wendy.
Bjork? How you say it?
Hearts of Wellness. Yep. Yeah. She has something going on right now. Takia Chase Smith. Hi, Takia.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for everything you all do. And then
Maisha, we know she's watching. Hi, Maisha.
Yes. And
then I'm pretty sure Sky was on there. I thought Sky was on there.
Yeah, she was on there. Michelle Coffer, Financial Literacy. Hi, Michelle. Oh, my.
Hi, everybody. And thank you for whoever participated in the 24-hour event. Angie needed you, and I got up so early and stayed up so long. By the time I was like, Angie, I need to go. She's like, Wanda's falling asleep. We need to let her go.
Yes,
I got up at 5:20 and I'm like, I can't let Angie be all by herself.
Well, we thought it was going to be difficult when we started doing Books and Besties. Yeah. Because Books and Besties is 4 hours. So once we got the 4 hours under our belt, then of course we decided to do this 24-hour format with the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association.
Yeah.
And then because our book tour got canceled in El Segundo, California, then Angie wanted to find a way to reach out and to promote and highlight everyone that participated in that. So we'd like to thank everyone. Oh, Wanda, we're going to see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on Contessa's Court, the talk show.
Talk show. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I'll just have the best time with you.
I love your hair.
Oh, thank you. It's getting longer now, huh?
It is. I
it's
like
a little pixie cut.
Women in Business 2023.
Yay. Congratulations.
For the link. You're going to just love it. Congratulations, Avalon. And congratulations, Angie B., Woman of the Year.
And to you. You're like, I accept.
See, there's just one thing I would like to know. What's the problem? What's the problem? Tell me, what's your problem? So what's the problem? Five, four, three, two, one. What's the problem? Tell me, what's the problem? So what's the problem? Tell me. Five, four, three, two, one. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wanna know. Oh, tell me. So what's the problem? I wanna know. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wants to know.